Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of expectations when people are going into marriage that are completely false and usually are one of the reasons why the divorce rate is like 50%. So let's talk about 3 expectations of marriage that are not true. Sorry, I just ate a cookie. It was delicious. Look at that even lighting. Don't you just love it? Look, it's Chip. There he is. Number 1, marriage is not a solution to any personal or relationship problem. If you're going into marriage and you think, oh, this is gonna solve this problem, or we won't have to worry about this anymore, or this is gonna change, oh, this will be all better once we're married, we won't have to deal with this when we're married, I'm just gonna stop you right there. The relationship dynamic you take into marriage will become your marriage dynamic. The nature of your relationship isn't really gonna change when you put on that wedding band. You can't expect the relationship or your significant other to change in any fundamental ways. It's just not gonna happen. The person you are in the relationship will most likely be the person you are in marriage. And I will go one step further and say that marriage isn't a solution, but a multiplier. So whatever is good about your relationship pre-marriage will be great in marriage. And whatever is bad in your relationship pre-marriage will get worse in marriage. It's a multiplier. It has this multiplier effect on just about every aspect of your relationship. Marriage is not a silver bullet. So before you say I do, make sure that you have a comprehensive understanding of your relationship, your significant other, the conflicts and areas of dissonance that you two have, and how you're actually going to work through them for the rest of your life. Because marriage isn't going to magically fix anything. Number 2, marriage is not a key source of fulfillment. If you're going into marriage thinking, once I am married, I will be happy and fulfilled and satisfied and content, just don't. While yes, there is something to be said about that, marriage isn't going to just magically fulfill you. You can't expect the fact that you're married to become this source of fulfillment and satisfaction and contentment. Like, it's just not. Marriage can be a lasting source of joy and adventure and wonder and love and security and all these incredible things, but it's not that way inherently. You have to make it that way. And number 3, marriage is not a mountaintop. It's not. It's not the end. The wedding day is not the end. It's literally the beginning of the rest of your life. You can't just say, okay, we're married now, done and done. Just don't. Marriage isn't the sprint, it's the long race, it's the long run. That will last until one of you dies. Think of it like when you're offered a great job. You know, you've poured your heart and your soul into the application process and the interviews, and you've sat hoping and wishing that it would all work out, and it has, and you've gotten this job. But that doesn't mean that you can just coast now. You know, you have the job, you have to go to work, you have to do it, you have to engage with it. And marriage is the exact same way. Just because you've hit that wedding day doesn't mean it's like, okay, check the box, now I'm married, I'm done. No, you're just beginning. Marriage isn't some kind of 50-50 split. It's 100-100. You have to give everything you've got to make it work, to make it last, to make it happy and joyful and productive and fruitful. Anything less and the probability of unhappiness or an unsuccessful marriage rises dramatically. It has to be the priority. Your relationship, your spouse has to be the priority. Number 1 priority. And if you can't do that, if you can't promise that, if you can't vow that, then maybe you need to rethink what you're about to do. So before you make that lifelong commitment, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure you know that person and your relationship, and if it's actually going to work in the long term. If there's any whiff of a red flag, check that out before you commit to it. As I have said on this channel before, marriage is what you make it. And I honestly believe we are all capable of having successful and wonderful and beautiful relationships and marriages that last long times. The better we know ourselves, the better we know our significant others, the better we know our relationship and the way it works and the way it doesn't work, the higher the probability that we will have a successful marriage and the better life will be. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, just, put it down on social media, just So, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you later. Sure. There he is. You see him? He's right there, just hanging out.